Hey everybody, and welcome to a video that I have been very excited to make for a little while. Because this is a nifty camera with a nifty lens on it. This is an Edixa-mat Reflex Model B-L. This is an incredibly beautiful, incredibly beautiful interchangeable lens SLR. Has no light meter, shutter speeds of 1 second to 1/1000th plus B, swappable focusing screens and prisms, and a flash sync at, I think, 1/60th of a second, though I couldn't find the flash sync speed in the manual. It could be slower than that. I could not find anywhere what the flash sync speed is. That said, realistically, if you're going to be doing flash photography, I've got to imagine that there are better options in this camera. This is beautiful, but it's so well made. Anyway, this was targeted to the professional user, and it has lots and lots of advanced features. It has swappable prisms, swappable focusing screens, and automatic flappy-paddle aperture control. There we go, aperture control in the flappy paddle, although it has a preset lens on it. And it has just a fantastic and beautiful design with build quality almost unlike any other camera I've held. It's just amazing. It was produced by Wirgin in Wiesbaden, West Germany from 1963 to 1966. It was preceded by the Edixa-mat Reflex Model B, concurrent with the CL, C2000, CL2000, Prismaflex, and some other Wirgin cameras. And then it was followed by the Model D. So if you have your Edixa-mat Reflex Model B-L, we'll start going over some of the features and functions on this camera. Starting here, well, technically on the front, on the top though, with the strap lugs, which is what you would connect your strap to if you don't have a case. Film rewind knob with your film memo reminder that honestly not sure how to use. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I actually have no idea how to adjust the film memo dial. I figured you just turned it, but I don't know. Gotta be some way to do it, but if somebody knows, there'll be a comment indicating how to do it. This is the prism right here. This is the shutter speed dial with the slow speed dial or lever right here. Film advance, frame count. This is a manually reset frame counter. And then if we remove the prism, you can see the focusing screen here, which this one has a split prism focusing screen in it. On the front of the camera, I'll take the lens off for a minute. Let me show you something about this lens. I've never seen a lens that extends like that. It is so, it's like magic. That is amazing. This is a Killfitt double extension 40mm lens. So basically it was designed to be a somewhat wide standard lens. So this is the macro KillRD 4cm f2.8. And then if you focused it all the way out, it would focus to, here we go, slightly better magnification than 1:1 with a focus distance of 2 inches. So an impressive lens all around. Anyway, here we have the model number and the make information, shutter button right here. This is the shutter lock, so you can lock the shutter so you don't accidentally waste film. These are your flash sync ports, lens mount, flappy paddle to control the aperture. On the camera's back, we have the viewfinder and the prism release switches right there. There we go. On the camera's bottom, we have the serial number and manufacturer information, the tripod socket, and the film release button right there. Also on the camera's back, we have the film release, which we lift up to get into the back of the camera. Inside the camera, we have the film cassette chamber where we will put film in the next video to load it. Film guide rails, these two silver rails mesh with the film pressure plate here to keep the film flat as it moves through the camera so that the images from the lens focus properly. Shutter, serial number, film tension sprocket to keep the film from moving backwards from the spring tension built up in it as it's been stored in the cassette, and also to keep it moving smoothly through the camera. Film take-up spool, film pressure plate we saw, film guide roller, which rests right here when the film back is closed to keep tension on the sprocket, and then this little doodad here which keeps the cassette properly aligned within the camera. So the Edixa-mat Model B and the Model B-L are the exact same camera except for their shutter speeds. The L model, like this one, has the modern shutter speed designations of 30th, 60th, 125th, 250th, 500th, and 1000th. The B model has the older timing, which would have been something like 20th, 50th, 1/100th, 200th, and so on. I don't remember the exact designations of the old ones, but basically that's it. Between the B and the BL is only the shutter speed calculations and timings. So some things not to do with your camera. Don't store your camera with the shutter ready to fire. Always trip the shutter first because that will take the tension off the mechanical components within it so that they don't wear out and your shutter lasts longer. Don't touch the shutter itself. That's a good way to brick your camera. And don't touch the mirror because that's a good way to impair your ability to focus through the viewfinder. Don't leave your camera and lenses in your car because the heat can cause the oils to get thin and get into places they shouldn't, which will damage your camera's ability to work properly. Or if they get really cold, the oils will break down and turn gummy, and that can mess up your camera as well. Plus, a camera like this, look, somebody walking by and seeing this in a car who's tempted to steal will break your window for a camera that looks like this. And don't store your camera gear in a plastic bag or box unless you have a rechargeable desiccant pack, because water will permeate that plastic and will get into your lenses, which can cause fungus to grow. Same thing with your prism optics, or it can get into your leather, which will cause it to mildew. Don't let your camera get wet because that's a good way to, these aren't weather sealed, and that's a good way for your mechanism to get rusted. And just remember, your camera is a precision tool, and as long as you take care of your Edixa-mat Reflex Model BL, your camera will take care of you.